Good morning. Another day, another chance to do something. Listen, I want to encourage somebody this morning. Um, so what I want to say is don't compare yourself to other people. None of us should compare ourselves to other people. We should compare ourselves to ourselves. Compare the older version of yourself to the younger version of yourself. Not that you're old, but if you woke up today, you're older today than you was yesterday, which is what I'm trying to say. I don't care if you didn't finish school. I don't care if you're not a business owner or none of that. Good morning. Long time no see. I'm well by the grace of God. How are you? That's good. I don't care if you're not a business owner. You ain't got to be making uh, thousands of dollars. But what you do have to do is you have to, good morning, you have to believe in yourself. It don't matter what nobody else think about you. If you don't believe in yourself, then nobody's, you know, no, nobody's can believe for you to be something. You have to have your own confidence. And I heard Dr. Cindy Trim say this a while back. Life doesn't give you what you think you deserve. Life gives us what we are willing to fight for. So, believe in yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. And I want to say something. You don't have to have the highest level of education. You don't have to have a doctoral degree or a bachelor's degree. There's some people who got degrees and they still not too bright. They were just bright enough to be honored with degrees or just bright enough to make it through and pass the classes, the requirements that was necessary for them to obtain that. As long as you believe in yourself and you pray, and when you got the favor of God, God can give you ideas. Look at the guy who, what's his name? That guy who created Facebook. I think he was a high school or college dropout. Now he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire, all based off of his idea. And see, anything worth having is worth fighting for. You cannot sit around and wait for somebody to just hand you something. And the enemy will get into any of our minds if we allow him to. That's why it's written, I don't mind his devil worship. If he can get into the minds of children and parents and siblings, sisters and brothers, people who are supposed to be close and love one another, if you start comparing yourself, all he needs you to do, all he needs is to plant a seed in your thoughts. That's why Paul said, cast down the strongholds of the imagination. He can divide friendships, people who were once solid for years, and they see the one who was at the bottom, all of a sudden a light went off. And that friend who was doing good, they could have been the one to inspire that light to go off in their friend. But now they see the one who was beneath them, their light went off, and you start having your own ideas, and then you see friends just start to be divided. Why? Because the devil planted seed in their mind. So one person feel like you shouldn't be climbing up. They get to the point where the devil plant one seed, then they let another seed, then they let pride, then they let envy, then they let more and more seeds. Why? Because they're focusing on somebody else. Don't ever compare yourself to nobody else. That is the foothold of the devil. That is what he uses to gain a foothold in our minds, and then control our feelings, and then begins to now dictate our characteristics. There is something great on the inside of all of us. It don't matter whether you got a high school diploma, whether you don't got a high school diploma, humility. And see, the Bible said God will use the foolish thing to confound the wise. Abraham was insecure because of the way he spoke. I can't do this, I can't do that. I had an uncle named Abraham, and he was like a father to me. And he was an unlearned man. He didn't read well, but his heart was pure. And he didn't have much. People looked over him, but he had wisdom. He could put a seed in the ground and he could grow food. He could encourage. When I was in college, I'd come home sometime with a heavy heart. I'd go buy some food and just get with my uncle. Me and my uncle, we ride around, we pray together, we cry together, because he had a lot of Oh, glory. He had a lot that he was carrying on the inside of him, but he was the most blessed of all his siblings. But he was unlearned. He didn't have no high school diploma. He couldn't really read that well, but he knew the Lord. He knew how to get a prayer to heaven, and he loved his children. You know, he couldn't give them all that he wanted. He felt insecure a lot about that, but he had love. And see, love is the greatest gift of all. You know, wisdom is far greater than money. So I don't care who you are, what you've accomplished or what you haven't accomplished. If you still got breath in your body, if God has still woke you up another day where you can walk, you can talk, you can clothe yourself, you can breathe, you are blessed and highly favored. There are some people who can't do that. So think about what you can do. Don't compare yourself. I should have did this. I should have did that. You ain't living life. You wasting your life. You letting depression take you over. You letting misery take you over. You're supposed to be full of joy. What can you do? You probably somebody that can cook real good. You probably somebody that can go out and you can you can just pick out nice outfits. Somebody can say, oh, I need an outfit for this. You can look at them and you can just see their size. Do you know that there are people who pay people thousands of dollars, who get a salary per year making good money just by being somebody's designer, picking out their clothes and stuff like that. That's a job. That's a gift. Everybody don't like that. Everybody don't like going in a store and picking out clothes that look nice, but they like to look nice, so they say, oh, I'll pay somebody to do it for me. Especially when they're busy, the more people become more busy, more professional, they don't have time to go shopping for themselves, so they pay people to do it for them. Then look at now the whole world. You have so many people who are traveling, who have to get out of stuff. They don't have time to cook meals for themselves. You're probably somebody who can cook real good. That's a skill. That's right there, a business. You just need somebody to help you ignite, flip that light switch on, and to learn how to organize it. And it's okay to ask for help, but see, that's where humility comes in, because you have some people, they got that they're not humble, and they look at what somebody else is doing and they be like, wow, I want to do that. So what you have to do is you have to also walk in humility. You have to humble yourself and ask questions. Don't be quick to anger when somebody criticize you or the way they talk to you. You want to learn their knowledge. So you have to be humble and let people be able to teach you. That's a lot of the reasons I learned how to do a lot of the things that I can do now. And now, a lot of times, God just gives me divine wisdom and divine insight. When something goes wrong, I can sit back sometimes and I can just look at something and think about it for a little while.
Thank you.
And I'll be like, oh, okay, I can do this and I can do this, and I put my hands to it. I'm a visual and a kinesthetic learner. I gotta touch stuff so I can see stuff. I start taking stuff apart, doing it, and I'm like, oh, that's that. And when I don't know something, I'm not afraid to say I don't know. Because when you know it all, how can you learn? So people ask me sometimes, I'm a jack of all trades, but I master nothing. Why? Because when you master something, there's nothing else. There's no room to grow. There's no room to, learn. I'm never going to be a master of nothing. I'm always going to be a student. And I learn a lot from my elders who do a lot of different things, because I'm willing to humble myself, go and let them teach me. Sometimes they criticize me, they laugh at me. Sometimes they yell at me if I annoy them. Some elders I'd be right there on some of these folks in their businesses, in their jobs, and they be doing something, and they be like, wait a minute. I don't get no upset. Who you think you're talking to? Even though I'm grown, I'm still a baby. I'd be like, okay, sorry. And then when they doing what they do, they answer my questions, they show me different things. I'm humble like that. I've gained a lot of knowledge, and a lot of people who have certifications in the areas have not had the opportunity. I get people offering me opportunities a lot because they see what I can do, and I don't even have a certification. That's the favor of God. That's part of being humble, and that's what God will bless. But anyway, I just want to encourage somebody, don't ever compare yourself to nobody better than you. And when you get around people who come around you and they know that you may not have the education level, or you don't make the money they make, or you don't dress how they dress, or whatever. If anybody come around you trying to look down on you, that's a person that's beneath you. See, because people who are really comfortable and confident in themselves, they can be looking like $1 million a day, and they can be looking like me. They can be dressed like you today. They even when you meet them looking like $1 million, when you meet them dressed like this, they're gonna be the same person. They're gonna have the same joy. They're gonna have the same humility. They're gonna have the same respect. You understand? I'm telling you, when somebody come around you looking down on you, that's the person who's not happy within themselves. So it make them feel a little better about themselves when they're around somebody who they feel that look a little beneath them, or who they feel that make a little less money than them, or who they feel that got less education with them. When they get around people who are equal to them, they don't feel comfortable. See, somebody who happy, comfortable with themselves, they can get around people who are above them, people who are less educated, less money than them, more than them, whatever. They're gonna treat them all the same. They're gonna be themselves because they happy on the inside. Happiness come on the inside. And if you're not truly happy, don't look at nothing on the outside of you. Don't compare yourself to nobody. Don't think about nobody. Go on the inside of you. Study yourself. What am I doing? Okay, these are the mistakes I've made in my past. You can't go back. None of us can go back and change the past. So get up off that. Look in the mirror. Forgive yourself. Tell God you're sorry. Now ask God, I made all these mistakes in my past. I'm sorry. This is what I want to do in life. And if you don't know what you want to do, say, God, help me. This is what I'm good at. Now, show me. Give me the energy. Give me the strength. Give me the wisdom to take care of myself better. You know, whatever it is. God is there. You still living for a reason. Don't look at other people. Get your heart right. Get your mind right. You can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. Philippians 4:13 back us up. God's word can't lie. It says I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. It ain't say I can do all things through myself. It ain't say I can do all things with money. It ain't say that. It ain't say I can do all things with my level of education. That don't even matter nowadays. Look at how many people got degrees and they getting laid off. They getting told we don't need you no more. You know what I'm saying? They went to college getting all this debt. And now these people can't even pay them the right amount of money so they can be debt free. You know? People is tired of working hard and not getting what they feel they deserve. So they taking what's on the inside of them and they going to build businesses where they can have jobs and go to work and be happy and work and do that job that they like to do. You know, or do multiple jobs that they like to do and be happy on them jobs without somebody not appreciating them for their hard work. They can appreciate themselves, and you can do the same thing. So anyway, I love you. God bless you. Get around people that encourage you to grow, not people that make you feel like you are beneath them, not people that are envious and jealous of you. Get around people who are positive, who can pour something on the inside of you. But you also have to be a good listener. You also have to know when to keep your mouth shut, when to take in, because if you never let seeds be planted on the inside of you, then how can they help you grow? All right? Have a blessed day. Now, I love you. You're the light of the world. There's only one of you in this whole world. You somebody. Since you came out your mother's womb, God said even the very hairs on your head is numbered. That's how special you is. You understand me? God love you. You got to love yourself. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're kings and queens. You're sons and daughters of Zion. Whatever you put your hands to, it shall prosper. When you align with your Creator, God will do anything for His sons and for His daughters. He wish above all things that we may prosper and be in health as our soul prospers. God gives us all that we need. But you got to know that what's in your mind, that's what's going to control you. What you think for you is better than what anybody else's opinion can be. You know, and there always going to be people with opinions, so you can't be too soft-skinned. You got to be thick-skinned, you know. So have a blessed day. I love it. We know that the blood of Jesus is the only blood that has the power. Think about yourself and what you can do, and let's grow. It's time for God's people to elevate. I love you.